You've messed up. Now what? What's next? Pull up a chair and let's talk about it. In this life, guys, we're going to mess up. We're going to mess up probably many times. But there's some mess ups that involve other people, that hurt other people. And those mess ups, when we get there, you'll know it. And there's some mess ups you yourself can't live with, like mine the other day. I know people were saying, well, that was little, that was uncalled for, you've taken this too far, blah, blah, blah. But guys, if it's important to you, it's important to you. You can't change that. Just because somebody else thinks that it shouldn't have been important, if it's important to you, it's important to you. And when we mess up, when we get to that point, say if you've cheated on your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or you've cheated on tests, you've lied, you've stolen something that didn't belong to you. I heard a thing said, if it's not your sandwich, don't eat it. Plain and simple. But when you get to that place in your life, when there's a mess up that has caused you a time to say, wow, I have messed up. There's steps we need to take from there. For one, own your mess up. You messed up. I mean, you're the one that did it. You're the one that decided to cheat. You're the one that decided to steal. You're the one that decided to lie. I mean, it's yours. Own it. Then you have to stop it, guys. Stop it. If you're stealing from an employee, stop it. If you've cheated on a wife or a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a significant other, stop it. Stop it. It takes more character to stop the wrong and make it right than to keep hiding. Hiding is a cowardly way out. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to just hope that nobody ever knows. Darkness always comes to light. That's Bible, guys. Can't get away from it. Darkness always comes to light. And you reap what you sow. A lot of people nowadays call that karma, but it's reaping what you sow. It's going to come back around somewhere, somehow, sometime. So if you've come to that place where you know, I've messed up, stop it. And if it's hurt somebody, if what you've done has directly involved somebody else, like there's somebody else that's going to get hurt from it, you've got to confess it, guys, as hard as it may be. You've got to tell that wife about it, that husband about it, that girlfriend about it, the boyfriend about it, the employer about it. Whatever it is you've done, you've got to stop it and confess it. You've got to take care of it. You've got to take ownership of it. And whatever the fallout is, listen, that's on you. That's on you. I know sometimes it may lead to divorce. Cheating is a mighty hurtful thing. A mighty hurtful thing. I know from the woman's point of view of it, it makes you feel like less of a woman, less of a person. It smashes your confidence to the ground. It is so devastating. I took my first husband back after he left for one woman, and I took him back. And I think it was like 3 years later, he left for somebody else. Guys, there's no excuse to cheat. It doesn't matter if they're nagging. It doesn't matter if, like, a husband's mean. You just don't know how mean he is, and how much he doesn't have time for me, and he this and he that. It doesn't matter if, well, she doesn't keep a clean house. She nags all the time. Guys, all that is just your excuse to justify doing wrong. messing up. And there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Be man enough to face your problems. Be woman enough to face your problems and have that hard conversation before you get to that place. Say, look, I can't live like this anymore. We are constantly at each other. There's got to be some bottom thing that's causing this. Man up and own it and talk about it. If you're just dating, listen, I'm going to do another talk on that, but I'm telling you, if you're just dating and you're already to the place where you feel like you need to cheat, let me tell you, you are not with the right person. You are not. Take a lesson and get out. Save both you and them the heartache down the road. Okay? Rubber meets the road there, fact, guys. Fact. If it's that hard when you're just dating, don't even think about marriage. Don't even think about it. Now, if you've driven your employer's truck and maybe you park too close to something, or you're like Debbie and you hit a trash can, or whatever the case may be, you need to go to that employer and say, hey, that skin on the front right fender, I made that. I need to confess that to you. I made that. I didn't report it. And it may cause you to lose your job, guys. It may. But losing that job and moving on is going to be better for you and your health and your character, your moral self, than staying there in that job and hiding it and constantly thinking, oh, I'm going to get caught. Oh, my goodness, there's going to be a camera that saw me do that. And I'm going to get caught. Because listen, like I said, darkness comes to light. You cannot hide when you've done somebody wrong. When you've messed up, whether it was doing somebody else wrong or not. If you've messed up, you can't hide it. As hard as you try. And it will make you sick in the trying process, I'm telling you. So if you've messed up and you've hurt somebody, we're going to own the mess up. We're going to stop the messing up. Stop that cheating. Stop that lying. Stop that stealing. And we're going to confess it. We're going to come clean. That takes more character to stand up and say, I did it. I'm sorry. I did it. And then, guys, you've got to forgive yourself and move on. You've got to be able to walk away knowing that you did what was right, even if it caused horrible harm, because you didn't do that person any favor by hiding that cheating. You didn't do yourself any favor, because you're going to get sick from knowing that you hid it. You're going to always be wondering, is it going to come to light? Is somebody going to say something? Is, my employer going to look at some camera and see what I done? I mean, there's going to be, guys, there's always something. You're going to reap what you sow. So confess it. Get that taken care of. Own it. Fix it. And move on. Move on. It will make you a better person in the future. A better husband, a better daddy, a better boyfriend, a better girlfriend, better husband material, better girlfriend material, a better employee. Guys, if you don't have a high enough character, if you don't have any integrity, if you don't have any ethics in your life, nobody's going to ever trust you. Nobody's ever going to believe in you. Nobody's ever going to want you to be a part of what they've got going on. You've got to be a better person. Learn from that lesson. Learn from that mess up that God allowed you to make. Own it. And move on. Move on. So our takeaway from today, simple. It's simple to say. I know it's harder to do. But guys, when we mess up, we're the ones that messed up. So when we mess up, we got to own it. Own that mess up. Realize, hey, I've messed up. Stop doing whatever it is that you're doing that caused you to mess up in the first place. Confess it. If you've hurt somebody, you owe them an apology. And then forgive yourself and move on. And learn that lesson and become a better person in the future. All right? Love you guys.